So we have been digging into going with the flow and releasing what's no longer serving us. But this week, we're going to dig deeper into playfulness, being able to find that spunky side, that ability to look at life in a way that isn't so drab, boring, the routines, being able really to kind of break free and find the beauty and spark that is around us that makes us feel like our little inner child can come out and play. So when you are going through this week, ask yourself, are you being playful or are you taking things too seriously? So we have two animals, two spirit animals guiding us as usual. We have our hippo, we have our happy Buddha over there. I'm definitely feeling the card to the right for myself, but let's start to the left tonight. Let's see what animal we have. We have the beaver. Eager beaver, definitely the hard-working, busy beaver. That trait of extreme productivity, being able to provide a foundation, a home, stability, finding that creativity. It also too, like the beaver is an element, even though we have a lot of nature or like this kind of like woodsy kind of background, beavers also can build their home on water. So this is a creature that can really navigate the physical terrestrial land as well as the aquatic aspect of living. So being able to really find that emotional support within our home life and mind the matters that you build. There is definitely a balance to be had here. Eager beaver is always great. Early bird gets the worm kind of attitude, but are you too busy to be playful? I think that is the question for the beaver tonight. So let's see what we have. Some cards right here. Oh, all right. All right, so basically, we got some players going on here. We have the Queen of Cups and the Prince of Swords. Give me one more card. All right, the Six of Swords. So this is definitely showing us that we got some elements here. We have cups, which are water, swords, and swords. So this is the mental aspect, how we think about things. So the beaver is asking us right now, are we becoming too codependent on other people in our life in order to have fun? Do we need to find a way to step beyond the codependency of another? Can we find fun for ourselves? The Queen of Cups, the lesson with the Queen of Cups is the simplistically put your oxygen mask on first before applying the oxygen mask to others. But the Queen of Cups is also about finding love. So it's self-love, being able to take care of yourself and provide that mothering instinct for those around you. So the Queen of Cups here is definitely saying that there's a lot of people that are pulling you in different directions that need your support. And that codependence is really weighing heavy on yourself. But there seems to be a new way about a new way to go about things. The Six of Swords is clear line and boundaries. It's definitely about that mental aspect of the Aquarian mind. So I see that there is a creative resolution for you to step outside the routine, that this is more of a mental block that is keeping you from your playfulness, being able to see things or maybe create that boundary that you're looking for in your life in order to find that playfulness. Wow, I guess the last couple of weeks it's really been about going into ourselves with turning in. It's definitely a card that really aligns with the air element of silencing the external voices. Are people telling you that you should be more responsible? Are there outside pressures? Are there naysayers? Whatever is going on in the background of that chatter needs to be quieted. So many times people say that meditation is a way to achieve that state, but also there is active meditations, the art of cooking, being able to go for walks, being able to walk in a park, see nature, hug a tree, stand on some tree roots, ground out. There's a lot of different ways that we can go about it. It isn't just like sitting there cross-legged and humming, but that does work for some people. Practices like going to the gym and working out, those are ways that if we are mindful when doing those applications, we can start to turn into ourselves and start to really see what it is that our spirit is calling for. And out of curiosity, let's see, what would be a card to complement turning in? Whoa, there's too many cards here. All right. The innocence of life. So let's see what this quick story is for here, and then we'll put these cards aside. All right, so we have the innocence that we need to understand why we have lost that inner child understanding. Like I said, understanding. So when we have that understanding, we can start to dream the dream. Having that dream will be able to have a little fun, because if we don't dream, sometimes we kind of just get lost. Like I've been saying about the routine, we need a dream. We need to be aware of that dream. Just like we need to let go and have a new vision. So for this beaver path this evening, we are turning in order to find that childhood innocence, that greater understanding of being able to dream a dream that allows us to be playful, that allows us to do something with passion and purpose without sacrificing or selling our soul in order to put food on the table. This newfound awareness is dealing with that shadow work that needs to be taken care of, kind of that cutting through the bullshit basically, and letting go of anything that is no longer serving you, that we've been talking about recently. And then we have this new vision. This new vision will be allowing us to really embody that playfulness. And you can really see the colors here, that we are just really in an emotional, mental state right now. And if we are able to direct the flow of our thoughts, we will create the boundaries and intentions that we need within the Six of Swords to direct our purpose forward. All right, let's move these cards to the side. And let's see what we have to the right. A little mouse energy. So first thing that comes to mind for myself is perspective. You know, everything else is so much bigger than the mouse is. So when crawling around on the floor in low spaces, everything is so much more overwhelming when looking up. So mouse is an energy that's really great for dealing with the details and looking at things closely, but maybe you're looking too closely in order for that playfulness to come in and take over and find that little spark of joy, that little inner child giggle of just being in amusement with life. So the mouse is definitely asking, where is your focus right now? Are you focusing too much on the big picture and being overwhelmed? Maybe it's time to step back and maybe look at some of the smaller details and knock those off your list first. Definitely don't want to take life too seriously, so definitely find that playfulness this week in being able to kind of let things roll off your back a little bit easier. And when we start taking care of ourselves with mouse energy, things really can turn around for ourselves. But if we're too busy focusing on taking care of ourselves, we could really miss the boat on that playfulness, that joy in life. We're too busy grooming ourselves that we are missing the experience in life that can just make things a little bit more lighthearted. So let's see what cards we have for mouse this evening. See what our little timeline is. Change. So we have the Two of Discs, the Nine of Discs, and the Magician. All right, so we're getting into a completion aspect with the Nine of Discs. This is that full realization, that material fortune and that gain that comes. So maybe there is a huge, I don't know, bonus, money, income, something that is coming that you're maybe able to like take a little moment to indulge a little bit more than you normally would. So this Nine of Discs is just saying that life right now within your material world is saying like kind of go for it. This is a time of prosperity. So maybe there's a chance that you can be a little bit more playful with it than being too serious. The Two of Discs is all about change. This is a card of travel. This is also about visit to and from friends. So maybe there is somebody that has come in, or there's somebody that's coming in to visit that will be making this a really fun experience. The 9 and 2 create an 11, and that's definitely creating a huge intention. So this is telling me that like this playfulness right now is going to be bringing up some new directions, some new ways in which that we can become super consciously aware. So as I was talking about that autonomous responsibility to take care of ourselves, the Magician is all about that autonomous awareness as well. The Magician is starting off his journey beyond the Fool, and he knows a little bit more about nature. He has more knowledge and wisdom and experience that he realizes that he actually has an influence upon what he does in his life. So if you put your mind to it, this is kind of just telling me that there's going to be some really cool experiences to be had that will be guiding us into that playful energy going forward. You can create the experience is really what it comes right down to. That's what the mouse is saying. Let's see what cards want to come out here. All right. That Fool energy, go figure, the source. All right. So let's talk about the Fool. So when we are going through life and exploring, especially as a young child, we definitely have that awe and that excitement of seeing things for the first time. It just tickles our fancy, seeing an animal you've never seen before. So when you choose to walk through life with the wisdom of your experiences, but with the innocence of your inner child looking out through your eyesight, there is going to be a huge new abundance of opportunity that can be created. This is getting into the source of creation. When we learn to parent ourselves and take care of ourselves, we can then really honor our inner child and give that inner child those moments and those experiences they didn't get to experience when they were younger because of whatever that story is that we need to let go of that keeps us feeling like we missed out. So with that mouse energy, just because we are so focused on the details or whatever's going on, it seems like the attention to details is working in your favor. But don't forget to bring the innocence of childhood to connect you back into that source energy, into that vitality. Find a way to make yourself feel invigorated, empowered, that strength, that endurance. And since we had so many amazing cards for our busy beaver over there, let's just see if Mouse has anything else to say about the Fool's journey, connecting into that innocence of our childlike source of potential and creation, courage. Kind of just grow where you are. Find that playfulness where you are in your environment right now, because that might be the beauty for a new project, a new endeavor, something new to grow out or spurt from this experience is something that's being called to me when I look at this card right now. And I think that you need to follow your heart on this matter, because this green energy is really being pulled forward. So I see that this is definitely more of that grounding energy of nature, as well as connecting into our heart chakra, and make sure that we are truly honoring our purpose as we go forward. Whatever bounty, inheritance, gain, good fortune, will, whatever that may be, make sure you're putting it into good use and application, because it's up to you to figure out how you're gonna bring this new journey forward and this playfulness. So I see this as definitely as a path of creation that's going to be integrating your reality with your passion and purpose. And over here, I see the busy beaver really getting busy with breaking through that awareness and finding that ability to dream a new dream, letting go of the old crap that's keeping us from being able to see the new vision forward. That can bring that playfulness in there. So there's a good foundation that is being built upon right now, but don't forget to bring in that zest and that laughter and that time for play for those who chose the beaver. And for the mouse, keep working at the pace that you're working, but don't forget to spend a little bit more time in nature and grounding out right now into that energy to connect into that source energy. And for a final card for this evening to see where all this ties into for both the beaver and the mouse is trust. Trust. Trust that we are exactly where we need to be. That free-falling feeling, that terror of falling, what are you choosing to think of as you're free-falling through your world right now? Do you trust yourself that you're going to land on your feet, or do you just fear the inevitable smack, plummeting, crash, bang, boom on the ground and you're not getting back up? That trust is definitely going to be where you can really navigate that playfulness, because if we're living in fear, it's really hard to have a really good time when there's a lot of stress and worry going on in the background. So you need to trust yourself that you are exactly where you need to be right now, even if the situation isn't favorable, even if you wish things could be different, even if you wish you could have done things differently or you should have, could have, would have. It doesn't matter. You need to trust that you are here in this moment right now for a purpose, to discover your playful side in order to create a life that doesn't drain you. The more you trust yourself, the easier it will be to navigate those decisions that are going to bring that joy, that purpose, that playfulness into your life, versus trusting others and allowing them to tell you what's best for you because you don't trust yourself. So trust yourself and have a little fun along the way. The beaver and the mouse are here to play. Have a great, great week, finding something to be playful about. And I look forward to hearing which animals you chose this evening. Have a great, great week.